Hello, and welcome to Seminar 5 Weekly Wrap-Up Show. Once again, I'm your host, Eric Nelson. This week, we will be talking about two concepts that I found to be the most interesting from our Seminar 4 readings and interactions. Those subjects are, how do we recognize a problem? What are the characteristics? Followed by, what is the one tip you can share in regard to expressing disagreements ethically? Let's start off the show today with how do we recognize a problem and what are the characteristics? Well, recognizing a problem is fairly easy to do, right? It's because it's a problem. The reading of for the week from the literature spoke of how we know we have a problem by giving us three main components of what makes a problem. Well, a problem. So, first, we have a situation that is not to our liking. For example, like my producer failed to show up today, and this is the third time in a row. Funny how we only had 3 shows so far. Second is that we have a desired situation or a goal that we need to get. Like eventually my goal is to get paid for this show. Without a producer, not sure how that's going to happen, but it is my goal. Third is the obstacles that we need to change or overcome to reach our goal. There can be a multitude of obstacles, like no budget, no audience, getting a budget, getting an audience. All obstacles that we must overcome to reach our goal and get past the problem. The characteristics that accompany problems are task difficulty, solution multiplicity, intrinsic interest, member familiarity, and acceptance level. Task difficulty tells us how big the problem is and how many people are needed to discuss all the parameters that may be involved. Solution multiplicity shows us that there may be many solutions to this problem, and the group needs to find as many as possible. Intrinsic interest. Ooh, just sounds interesting, doesn't it? Do people really want to be here doing this? Or are they just waiting for the bell to ring? Ding, 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 ding. Member familiarity, having dealt with a problem or issue before and completed it successfully. Or are they seeing this type of problem for the first time and must get to know the nuance of the problem? Acceptance level, whether or not the solution to the problem is one that must be accepted by those it affects. Well, is it necessary? Knowing the characteristics of problems is the best way to identify a problem. Moving on to the second topic of the night, what is the one tip that you can share in regard to expressing disagreements ethically? I just love that word, ethically. Well, don't disagree with me, and we will be fine. No, that's not right. That's insensitive and makes everyone defensive and from the start, and then they want to get rid of you. But really, the one point I feel that people should take from this is never criticize the person, just the idea. Make sure that you don't say that this idea is dumb because the person annoys me with every breath they take. Not a really good way to get your point across. Say it more like, that idea has some good points, but I think we can work on some other areas of it and make it even better. This keeps the communication lines open and keeps you from getting run out of the group for being insensitive and just plain stupid. Remember, go after the message, not the messenger. Well, that's all the show we have for you this week. Join us next week for another riveting episode of Seminar 5 Weekly Wrap-Up Show. I'll be here, probably, still with no producer, still not getting paid. Good night, folks.